Hey, Tawala Bafetu, this is your boy Tsepo Masilela. Welcome to SoccerBeat. We'll be talking all things Kaizer Chiefs versus Stellies. With me tonight, I've got Kermit and the legendary Morgan Gould. Guys, looking at the lineup today, I don't know what you made of it. You know, when I saw the team sheets, I saw five defenders and I was a bit confused with which system are they going to play today. I don't know what did you make of the lineup, you know, when I checked the team sheet.
I'll
Yeah,
give Morgan a
personally, it
chance to.
wasn't a yeah. Personally, it wasn't a very encouraging one, because once you start with defending, it gives the opposition easy things to read through. I think if he went for a different formation instead of saying five at the back, but look, I think his mishap counted. It worked for him. He took out a cross at some point, made a couple of changes, put in attackers. Look, it's lady luck on his side, but I think he's very, very lucky what happened tonight. I think if the game went on for much longer, Stellenbosch should have come back in the game.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with Morgan and force change also of Dupree, with Vilakazi coming in, but brought a bit more energy to the team, Yes, the force change with Cross also tactical change to go to a back four again instead of a 3-5 or 3-4-3, with the full backs playing so high. But I must say, I'm really impressed with how Blom played in that fullback position. I think he deserved to get man of the match as well. But they gave it to Duba because of the two goals, obviously. But I mean, he's been great on that position. We all know he's not a fullback. He's more of a midfielder, but he's done really well today, man. His energy was amazing to see going up and down the wing. Was amazing, man.
Yeah, is it safe to say, Guti, the changes they made, you know, in going back to their normal back four system, that was a game changer, and that's where they won the game.
Yeah, true, Tepo. It was actually a confidence booster for them because the moment they went back to regular settings or default settings, they knew what to do. Unlike when they had their five, it was a lot of confusion. Does Cross come back, become a full back? Does he go up as a wing back? And obviously, yes, he got an opportunity to get into the box, but unfortunately, he scuffed the shot. And I think it was also just a confusion of how far do I go? Do I invert inside? Do I become a number 10 at some point? Or am I just there as a wing back? So I think, as Kermit said earlier on, Dupree's change definitely sparked something. Obviously, the player that came in made a huge difference because also he just came back from injury. Actually it was early because he was expected much later. So that was a booster for him, and he wanted to show that listen, I'm back, and he's hungry to show the Amakosi faithful, and obviously the coach and the technical team that Mpotsani that he is worthy of a starting berth, or he's worthy of playing for Kaizer Chiefs.
I mean, like Morgan said, even with Vilakazi coming in, I think he got the assist on the second goal, and what a run from Dube to sneak in behind, with the Stellenbosch defense try to play the offside trap, and the timing of the run with a beautiful pass from Vilakazi with the reverse, no look kind of pass, and what if the finish was composed as well. I'm sure Sage Stevens would be annoyed with himself that he conceded in his near post like he did, So I mean, they stretched the game out really well after they scored the second goal. But I think they played a bit too stretched apart from each other, and that's what tired them out towards the end of the game. You see players getting cramps and struggling a lot, with Mart and Blom also sometimes, just trying to get their breath because I think they were rushing too much, trying to finish off the attack instead of waiting for the defense to join, to join and close the gap. So the game was spread apart after the second goal quite a lot, and it stressed the game a lot, and players were struggling with fatigue because of that, having to sprint up and down. And also one of the other things I've picked up is the restarts. I think they should be more alert than the restarts because when oppositions, not just Stellenbosch but other oppositions as well, when they play quick, they find themselves way far back in their half defending, when they could have just been alert before the game, the restart happens, so they can position themselves in better spaces, so that they don't have to defend so far back. They can press from a better position, you know. But if you saw tonight's game also with Stellenbosch, I mean, they played quite easy through the lines, and attacking was so easy to get a corners from nothing. Also, it's you know, it's just a lapse of concentration. And I think with a bit more aggression, things will get better. Like Morgan said, going back to what they know, you know, like default settings. That just shows, you know, they should stick to what they know and believe in it, because it showed that it works, man. Today is proof of it, and I hope that they can continue doing well and kick on from this moment, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I'd also agree with you guys. I think when I look at the system and the formation, man, I think, in my opinion, they didn't have enough time to fine tune and, you know, perfect the new system that they started with. And as soon as they went back to their normal system, you could see the players got more confident and they got more on the ball. That's when they looked like the Kaizer Chiefs. We know. But let's take a short break and we'll come back.
Itaola.
All right, here we go.
Ko Betway ba tshepela hore o tshwantse o betjhe ka tsela e nepahetseng.
Ka nako e nngwe ho tlamehile hore o ikhule hanyane.
Ka nako tse ding
O ska leka go busha tše di lahlegilego.
Nakusasa kuse olunye usuku.
Dlala ngokusemandleni wakho.
Ge o tlhoka thušo re gona.
hopola, bet responsibly.
I'd want to touch on Duba. You know, this one is for you, Kermit. 2 goals playing as a striker today. You know, we've seen him, most of the game has been used either on the left-hand side or right-hand side, and today he played as a out-and-out striker. What did you make of his performance today?
I mean, like I said, he's been good today. You know, his movement of the ball has been amazing. I mean, it just showed that his preferred position is as a striker, because he likes making those runs in behind defenders, and, you know, playing off on the point of offside, where you just think you're giving the defenders that idea that you're offside, but you kind of not, because you're coming from an offside position. So the first goal, obviously from a corner, good anticipation from his side, because he was in a good position to just finish off the head, the header that was headed put across the goal. And, you know, you could see he meant it. He headed pretty down, you know, into the corner. Even the defender tried to anticipate, and he still couldn't get it. That was in the goal. So that was meant. And it was good. It was smart thinking of him, good instinct of just flicking the ball on. And the second goal, like I said, the run was amazing. And for him to have the composure, you know, it was a tight angle, and to see the space in the near post and to just squeeze it quickly before the keeper could react. I mean, what more could you ask for? I'm sure he's pleased with himself, and it would give him a world of confidence to kick on, you know, and continue being the man now to lead the team.
Adding to that, Tsepo, I'd like to just add on to that. I think it's vintage, should I say, Kermit, you know. You and I both know the Kermit that was playing and always giving us problems, as all off the shoulder, making those curved runs, and even the finishing, you know, even with his head. To me, it was a vintage Kermit that I saw in this kid. And earlier I did mention on one of the podcasts when we were just chatting about Duba. Duba, for me, he might not be the most loved one right now, but he's giving the results, and I think it's a secret that he should keep. He should let the others take the shine, and him just do the work in the background, you know, and it will build his confidence slowly but surely. You can see he's a very confident youngster. For him to even think that he can head the ball down and into the goals, it goes with confidence. It goes with the trust and the belief that he has in himself. And look, the players also feeding off that. So I think he needs to just keep quiet, keep working, and let the others get the shine. At the end of the day, you know, he's just doing it for the good of the team.
For sure, like you said, you know, I mean, it just shows that, you know, with a lot of composure in front of goal, he's got that calmness about him, and like you said, you know, if he can just continue doing that, he's got to score a lot of goals this season.
Definitely, definitely. We'll go and take another short break, and when we come back, I want us to talk about the Project Nabi. Is it back on track or what? Hola, hola, Bafetu. We're back again. Guys, we had Navi emphasizing the point that this is a project, you know. People must be patient with the process. Today's win, you know, great win, 2-1 win at home to celebrate their 55th birthday. What a way to celebrate. Would you say Project Nabi is back on track or is still iyaceka-ceka? Like we're not really sure if it's back on track or what?
No, 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 no. Look, Tsepo, they're very far off where they want to be. Firstly, as an institution. Secondly, yes, it's good for them to get where they want to go. Uh, it's one thing for you to win one game and then lose the next one. You know, they need to now feed off this because they've got a hectic month coming along. I think on the first, it's obviously the Soweto Derby, and you know how it goes. Build up to the Soweto Derby. 2 weeks prior to it, you're already talking about it, but they need to take it step by step. Take the next game and next stride. They actually first need to focus on celebrating tonight, getting that feeling of, yes, we just won. Tomorrow morning, it starts. The reset starts. There's nothing that happened. It's in the past. Learn from your mistakes. Don't be complacent. Don't start being all over the place. Work on the finer details and go the extra mile because I don't think there's no traffic in the extra mile, and they need to work the extra mile individually as players. Yes, Nabi has a huge task at hand, but he can't do it alone. He needs the team, he needs the players, he needs everybody in the institution to believe in Project Nabi. For it to work, he needs everybody. And look, it's looking okay. We can't say with one win that's, yeah, it's great, but it's looking okay. 3 points away from where they were. They just need to look upwards and onwards. But the moment they start looking over their shoulder and who's behind them, someone else will be creeping on top of them.
Yeah, I mean, like Morgan has said, you know, it's still a process, you know. It's still the building phases of the process, and I think the only way the only way that the players or the fans would believe in the process is that they win games in that process, you know. And you know, tonight is a good example of that. So I'm sure they're going to continue believing in the process, and like Morgan has also mentioned, you know, tuning the final details, enjoy the victory, get the feel of what it's like winning again, and try and chase that feeling again in the next game, and let that drive you, let that be the motivation factor for the next game, you know. So you know, yeah, man, it's a bowling phase. But I'd like to ask you guys a question as defenders, you know, of the beautiful club, and happy birthday to the beautiful club, Kaizer Chiefs. May you see many more years to come. But a question to you guys, man. What do you guys make of your back four, your defense, your new defense four? What do you guys think of it? Come on, what's going on?
Look,
What's going on?
look, the pairing of Ditlokwe and Miguel is a bit of a, you have two different people from different that are very different in their style of play, which is sometimes a good thing. Ditlokwe, you can see he leads in the way he plays, but he now needs to know he's at a big team. Miguel feels it now that he's in a huge team, and
For
not
sure.
just his presence, his
But what
effort,
do you
but
make of Miguel?
everything.
What do you make of Miguel? Because he's from Angola, right?
Yeah.
He's, he's from Angola, big defender, you know. Not so quick. I think he's been caught a lot behind him, pulling on strikers' jerseys. Obviously, got a few red cards, you know. What do you guys
Look,
think of him? You know, like he's very. You can see he's
Kermit,
got the leadership quality. I'm not trying to bash him or anything. You know, he's a great leader. You can see he's got the mindset of a professional defender, athlete. You know, that strives to take the team and lead the team from the back. You know, but I'd like to know what you guys think of the back four and him in particular as well. And obviously with like Dortley and De Klokwe, you know, with Blom on the side on the full back side with Riva, Frosler. You know, I just wanted to know, you know, because there's a little bit of a change every now and then and a bit of instability, you know, with conceding almost every game. But today was a good example of, like the coach mentioned in his post-match interview, the mentality of fighting, you know, like never giving up. It's one of the first times I think today that they've won from coming back from being a goal down, you know. So the mentality is there. It just shows, you know, they have the capacity to do that. But, you know, back to my
Yeah,
question, man.
yeah, to your question, Kermit, if you look at the number of goals they've considered, you can't really say the defense is a solid one. In my opinion, they're playing more individual, they're not more synchronized as a group, meaning the whole back four and the one holding in front of them. You see, they don't really cover one another perfectly, and that's my only worry. Which you can see they've got the potential, but they're not really synchronized as a group. They're playing more individual. That's why you see, when one commits an error, it's out there for everyone to see. Miguel committed an error today, and it led to a goal. If they can work more as a group, I think they will become better and improve. And coming back to Miguel, man, that guy is a yellow card magnet. Baba. How many yellow cards he's got now? But one thing about him, he plays with his heart. You can see the commitment
Let's
is
be
there.
honest.
That's a given from him. You want the center back that will put his head on the block. He's that guy that plays with his heart, and the commitment is there. And
Morgan
yeah,
knows about blocks, man.
listen. There's one thing I've learned in my little bit of experience in football, that you can play with your heart, but also your
Mm,
heart, between your heart and your mind, it needs to be a
for sure.
balance, because far too often I found myself in the wrong side of things, and that's where he's finding himself. He gives
Mm,
200%, and sometimes the 200% is not needed. You need someone next to you to say, hey, relax, I've got your
for
back,
sure.
but he doesn't feel that comfort net where he can say, okay, I've got your back. Yes, Dudley, I like the kid.
Mm,
You can see that he's slowly starting to understand what brand he's playing for. He's slowly
mm-hmm.
starting to understand who he is now in the whole scheme of Chiefs. Yes, when he was back,
100%.
when he was playing Kosafa, you could see that he was a boss. He played so well that
Yeah,
he got the recognition, and that just spurred him on to get the move to Chiefs. However, they still need to find that safety net between the two of them. Or I'm actually going to add Given also. Given is a
yeah.
very good player.
Someone I
However,
must.
he needs to understand that he's at a big brand. And I want to say this to the two of you also, and Tsepo, you should know Kermit,
Mm,
that as big as a brand it is, you go there with high expectations. Not many reach the expectations, because uh, surely when I was there, I didn't reach the expectation that was set there for me. But I still knew that I'm gonna give my best to the team, and you also need to understand what's your role in the team.
mm-hmm.
Given might be out now. Tomorrow, Quineka might be in. They need to know that the role that they play is very important for the team to win, because you can't be a team player at training, or you can't be a training player only. You must give exactly the same thing. And I feel that the Chiefs player at training, I've got a sense where the Chiefs players at training, there's something else. They're phenomenal. But come match day, that spark, that it just starts dying out, because they realize that, oh, wow, we're actually playing for a very big team. And now the pressure comes. I think the coach needs to find that balance, and they need to find that a way where to say, listen, guys, if you do this at training, it becomes easy in the game. And just
For sure.
apply your mind at training the way you apply your mind in the game. vice versa. And
But I think it's all about embracing, man. You gotta embrace the challenge, you know? Like
yeah,
everything is not gonna nothing is I think embracing the fear moments. Once you embrace those moments and you overcome those moments, like for example, being making runs in to get in front of goal because you're scared you're gonna miss. If you make those runs more often and you attempt more often at goal, you're eventually going to score. And if you
yeah,
practice those things at training and you're scoring at training, why wouldn't you want to score in the game? You know?
yeah.
So
Pressure is a privilege. Yeah,
exactly. So you should embrace those moments. It's nice because once you score, hey, to see the smile on people's faces, there's no words that can describe or make, or you know what I mean. No amount of money can make you see that expression on people's faces. So, you know, it's just about embracing those moments, embracing the fans, embracing every game as it comes, and challenging yourself to be better than the last.
yeah. It's truly a privilege to have so much pressure, because if you don't have
100%,
pressure, what's the use of you being at a team
100%,
of that magnitude? You know. Tsepo,
100%.
and you know, Kermit, I think you guys applied your trade overseas. The pressure that it comes with you just being there in another
Yo,
country, the expectation. And look, you guys came unscathed. You came back and you did what you did. I think the
100%.
privilege that these players have right now is just pressure, the pressure, and they must live through it and they'll become better people.
For
I
sure.
definitely, guys. Siyayivala manje sithi, guys, embrace the pressure. Project Nabi is still on track. Njengobasho Morgan. Up next is Arrows. And thank you very much, soccer beat lovers. To the mighty Amakosi, happy birthday. And to all the soccer beat lovers, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Dango bafethu.
SoccerBeat, what?